Good afternoon, everybody. This is Path Trading Partners along with my co-founder, Mike Arnold. This is a weekend Path Chat update covering individual stocks for the week beginning June 4th. Covered an entire preview last week and this coming week in the FX Path Chat, which is already up on our YouTube channel. You can find that in the same spot that you found this. So if you want to know what happened in a nutshell last week, along with what is scheduled on the economic calendar and a couple of other things like the James Comey hearing, which is happening this week, which I actually failed to neglect in that FX Path Chat, but I mentioned it in the Futures Path Chat in this one as well. Otherwise, there's not much more for me to say here. Mike's got a new one in our stock review, along with updating some of the ones that we've been on. With that being said, let me turn it over to Mike to let you know what he is seeing on the charts. Mike, take it away.
Thank you, Bob. So here's our weekly stock update. We're also adding in Qualcomm, QCOM, which we talked about in the latest episode of the Money Path. So stay tuned for the chart on that. But until we get to that, first we're covering what's still in play. FNSR still hit stop reduction, moving slightly up in the rotation zone still, nothing else to do. Our stop level is above 30.83, and still our first take profit is right at the $20 mark. And if we're going to have an order in, which we'll touch base on another stock in a couple minutes, I'd have it just in front of that 20 mark because of the round number phenomenon. NRG triggered, pulled back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row now, up 4 weeks in a row, still below entry, still way above these stop levels. Nothing to update there. FCX, not even going to pronounce the name because I always mispronounce it, so Bob can make fun of me. But moved lower. First target level, 1066, so nothing else to do there. And we have our stop above 1436, which was already lowered when we hit this 1149 level. Then the second profit target on that is 984. FNB. This one, first target 1298. Again, this is the round number phenomenon I just talked about. When you see this, we put our take profits generally just in front of the whole number. So 1302 or something, 1303. The low of this was $13. We're calling this first target reached. Our stop now would be at break even, which is the entry candle, which the close of that was 1433. So stop now at 1433, break even stop, first profits taken, which would be at least 50% of the position. GBCI still did not hit the stop reduction zone, rallied back up, but nowhere near the stop levels. Closed beyond 36.26 or move through 36.80. Nothing else to do with this one. Shake Shack, which we've talked about. This was an early entry horizontal channel pullback play. We also talked about this on the podcast. So if you want detailed instructions on how we're looking at this, listen to the podcast. But this gave a pullback entry to the 8. Didn't get the full level I called out. If it does pull back again, anywhere between 36 or probably 36.02, as we've talked about, and 35.50 is a decent pullback entry for then it to retest the 40, upper 40s, 41 level would be the first target, so right in front of that level. Then we have other projections from our horizontal channels up here. Finally, Qualcomm, which we talked about on the podcast this week. This is a confirmed double bottom, but did not trigger yet for us. Many people try to get in on just a break. It's a much lower probability. We require a close above the peak, so we need a close above 59.04. All right, on this chart, it's 59.04. That's what we'll be watching on a weekly basis for a close. If we do get a close above that, the first stop reduction target is 62.38. The first full target, 64.04. I'd make this one 63.98 or something for actually putting in a resting order. And then the full target, 65.71. What's interesting, if it does hit the stop reduction zone, it's also pretty much going to fill this gap that was left behind when they missed their earnings. These stop levels, If it closed, once it's triggered, again, it's not triggered yet. Once it's triggered, if it closed beyond 54.87 or traded through 54.04, this trade would be over and stopped out once it is triggered. That's all we have for you. I'm turning it back over to you, Bob.
Thanks for that, Mike, and thanks to all of you for watching. Remember, there's a new Money Path podcast out in the wild. You can find it at our website, pathtradingpartners.com, or by searching the Money Path Podcast in Apple, iTunes, or Google Play. Please click like and subscribe if you like what we're doing, and we will talk to you during the week in our Path Chats. Cheers, everyone.